Well, boot camp for sure. When I was in the Navy Reserve, I did go to Great Lakes Naval Training Center and went through 2 weeks of boot camp there. It was a very light, uh, hey, let's get these guys acclimated to military. When I got down to a Marine Corps recruiting depot, San Diego, uh, as soon as that bus entered Marine Corps recruiting depot, came in through a big gate, it was like you were all of a sudden a whole other world started. Yelling, screaming, uh, trying to get you nervous and try to get you confused. Drill instructors back then, in the early 50s, uh, hitting people was well accepted in the Marine Corps. And I'm not talking about a slap on the face. I'm talking about a punch in the nose. I happen to disagree with that. Being a platoon sergeant in a combat outfit, you won't get the most out of your people by hitting them. But there was a lot of hitting going on, and I was taken back, but I had something a little bit of what I had seen in the Navy Reserve. Kind of, I knew kind of what was going to go on. I knew people were yelling, and I knew what attention was, and I knew to snap to and to look sharp and to keep my mouth shut unless somebody spoke to me and asked me to talk. My whole idea on the Korean War. North Korea jumped off. Of course, their intention was to take over the whole island, the South. I think we had to step in. I think the United States had to step in. In a few months, the war was over, and they got up into North Korea. And I don't know if you've read a book, but if you want to read a good book, read a good book. Read Colder Than Hell about the Chosun Reservoir. As far as I'm concerned, we never should have went into the reservoir because the war was over. The Chinese were not in the war at that point. And they told the United States, don't come up to our border, don't come up to the Yalu River. I don't blame the Chinese for jumping off. Who I blame is General MacArthur, who was an arrogant, and I should really say what I think he was, but he was an arrogant jerk. I'll tell you one thing, if General Oliver Prince Smith would have been running the whole outfit over there, we never would have went into the reservoir. And General Smith knew what he was doing. He was a smart man. He was a good commander. MacArthur was a big name. He was arrogant, and he got himself in a big mess. He got a lot of people killed up there. And by the way, the only outfit that walked out of the Chosun Reservoir on its own, fighting its way out, was the United States Marine Corps 1st Division. The only ones. They were never defeated in the reservoir.
First Marines
Well, I would say that they had a lot of luck, maybe. They had some luck, but they had a lot of skill. And they never should have been up there. But the Korean War, I think, had to be fought, but it was over in about 4 months if MacArthur would have kept his nose out of it. Seriously.
He was the one who wanted to drop the nukes on him too, right?
Well, he did, and I don't know what he was thinking. I have no idea what the man was thinking of. I'll tell you what, we didn't have a fire team leader in our outfit that couldn't have made the call better than MacArthur.
Okay.
I'm serious. I'm very serious. A corporal in the Marine Corps could have made a better call because, well, for one thing, the Chinese, they had more people than we had bullets.
Yeah.
And they just came down like a flood. And I don't know what he was thinking of. I don't know what he was. If you look at the reservoir and you look at maps, you can't fight a war there. Genghis Khan went up there and fought the Chinese, and he found out that he couldn't fight up there. He couldn't fight a war up there. You can't control your people. You don't have contact. You can't tie in. A lot of things. A bad move. That was a bad move. And then we were there another 3 years, goofing around with the Chinese and getting people killed.